back to 3 Questions in 3 Minutes. I'm Carolyn Kendrick, Board Director for the Women in Cable Philadelphia chapter. I'm here with Susan Jin Davis, Chief Sustainability Officer for Comcast NBC Universal. So welcome, Susan, and thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what is your role today at Comcast?
I am the first ever Chief Sustainability Officer of Comcast NBCU, and my responsibility is to provide guidance and governance over how the company can do more and better in terms of being environmentally responsible, and to do the right thing in terms of how we look at our environmental impact and be able to address that in a holistic way across all the Comcast companies, whether it's Comcast Cable, NBC Universal, or Spectacor.
The first question we have for today is, what was your journey like to get to the C-suite, and what does the landscape look like once you're there?
Well, I mean, I think the journey has been one that has been mysterious and has been unexpected. I mean, I never expected to be where I am today. And I'm going to be in my 13th year at Comcast. It's been about creating a network of people around me who have helped me along the way as mentors and sponsors, critics maybe even, but people who have given me a chance, taken a risk on me, helped me along the way, coached me. It's been about learning how to communicate and to speak up for myself, about having a voice. And that has taken a number of forms, whether it is participating fully in a meeting or asking for what I deserve in terms of a promotion or a new project or a new opportunity. It's about being part of the meeting and engaging in the meeting. And it's also been, I think, about the fact that I've always been willing to take risks. I've always been willing to take on the job that nobody wants to do or create a job that has never been in existence before. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't think it's been by design. I think it's just sort of my personality, and maybe because I'm a child of immigrants. You know, we don't have a lot of roots in this country, so we don't really know what we don't know, but we feel like we have nothing to lose. So I think those 3 things have been a lot about my career path. The view from the top, so to speak, is really about how can I become a better leader? How can I take myself out of the weeds? Take myself out of the day-to-day and out of the doing, and really lead people and inspire people and position people in ways that will make them successful and help us to achieve our goals. So it really is about having that bird's eye view and keeping my eye on the strategy and on making connections for the team, and really being able to pull up from the details. So that's really been my view from the top, which is a challenge and something you got to work at all the time when you're a leader.
So what would be the one piece of advice you could give our members who are viewing today?
There's so many bits of advice that I can give, and I hate to have to choose one. But I would say, you know, particularly for women and people of color, I always drive this point home, and that is, you know, just be your best advocate. You know, speak your truth. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and be the CEO of your career, and be the one that takes control over your destiny. And don't be afraid to self-promote, to talk about what you do well and what you could do, because that's how you get opportunities. That's how you get a chance at growing and developing, and that's how you get promoted. That's how you get noticed. And so my best advice would be, don't sit in the back of the room and say nothing. Contribute, get out in front. You know, share what you know. That's why you're here. And have that confidence in yourself to stand up and to be noticed. I think a lot of women don't feel comfortable speaking up or raising their hand until they're 100% or 150% ready. I think that's a disadvantage, because perfection's not possible. So just go for it. That would be my bit of advice.
Yeah, it's all about the progress and not the perfection, right?
Exactly, and that's how we learn, and that's how we grow, and how we stretch.
Absolutely. So our last question for today is, how does being a mother and a daughter shape your career today?
Well, I mean, I have a really strong mother who is probably the fiercest warrior and scariest person I've ever met. And so, from my mother, you know, I was raised to work hard, to lead, to have confidence, and to always look for ways to make things better. And her voice is always in my head every day when I go about doing my work or as I live my life. And for my daughter, you know, I feel like she really raised me. I didn't really raise her. She's 17 years old. She's really nothing like me, thankfully. She is very thoughtful and considerate and generous, and she's really helped me see life in a different way. That there is a better way to treat one another, that there is a better world that we can help create, that there are ways in which kindness and caring for others can solve the world's largest problems. So I think she's the one that has taught me about how to be a better person and how to have a bigger heart, and really what matters in life. So I think those two women, I'm sandwiched in between them, and they've been huge influences on me, and I learn from them every day, and I think I am who I am because of them.
Absolutely. I have exactly the same scenario myself. My mother, my sister, and my daughter are my little board of directors. So it's fantastic to get different viewpoints from different levels. And my mother have always been an advocate, but you know, at the same time, person to push me forward and provide that guidance that's needed. And my daughter to give me feedback from a perspective from a younger generation. And again, unlike me, she can be very thoughtful and caring and considerate and very environmentally aware of things that I just was not aware of. So it's fantastic to have all those viewpoints and feedback points. And it helps us to grow in our careers, I think.
Yeah, that people who love us but have our back and our biggest critics but our biggest cheerleaders too.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good foundation.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. And for the viewers, thanks for joining us for this segment of 3 questions in 3 minutes. And we hope to see you again next month.